Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe. Help! That's me crying for help, you see. Anyway, do please leave your comments down below, insults, requests. We got a request, yesterday or day before from a guy called Johnny Morocco who wants me to sing a Johnny Cash song. Well, I'm going to do that for you, Johnny. You must hate that song plenty. I'm going to destroy the bastard. Anyway, talking today about the purpose of imprisonment and the ratio of imprisonment to population in 3 countries, the UK, USA and Russia. Now, before I go into the statistics, which I have researched, by the way, I'd like you to imagine what ratio per head of population do we imprison people across those 3 countries? Yeah. Well, and what's the reason for all this imprisonment? Well, the public safety is what they list as one. Punishment, this is the UK's idea of imprisonment, by the way. Public safety, punishment, rehabilitation. Those are the 3 main aspects of imprisonment in the thing. And of course, you can imagine how the public need to be protected from little old ladies that post up controversial matter on social media. Yeah, the public needs to be protected from them. So the judiciary are getting stuck in there, yeah. Oh, lock them away. Yeah, good old jail. That's what we need here. So, and listen on today on BBC Radio 4. I'm always listening to Radio 4. Highly recommend it. On the programme this morning, they had a former judge from the Old Bailey, the number 1 criminal circuit, the number 1 court in London. A former judge saying that the system is in complete disarray. Many courts have got major problems, not just with the backlog of cases, but with the buildings actually being decrepit, and the sanitation, and some had the toilets out of function. I mean, what is happening here? I mean, they've got plenty. They must have plenty of money in the government because they're giving it away to people overseas, and they're funding illegal migrants. So they must have plenty of money. Can't give money away that you've not got. It's like coming up to Christmas now. I've got grandchildren. I give them money, a little bit of money, what I've got. But if I ain't got any, I couldn't give it to them, could I? So how does our government manage to give away money that it hasn't got and can't maintain its criminal justice system because it's falling apart? Anyway, I asked you at the start, who do you think? Is it USA, UK or Russia that's got the highest percentage, the ratio of prisoners to population? Well, let's start with the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom population across England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, is approximately 69,000, just under 70,000 actually, probably a hell of a lot more really, but 70 million rather, not 70,000. So 69,309,729 at the last census. So we're going to be well over 70 million by now, aren't we? That's the UK, yeah. Scotland, England, Northern Ireland and Wales, yeah. And the prison population across all those 4 locations, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and England, the prison population is 97,700. And if we take the ratio of people in prison to people in the population, the ratio is 709 individuals to 1 prisoner. So for every 709 people in the United Kingdom, one is going to be in prison. And let's now have a look at the next one. That's number 2 is Russia. Yeah, Russia. Russia has a population of 433 million, just over 433 million. And how many prisoners does it have in prison? Well, the total number, according to my research, which I've just done today, it's got 144,800 prisoners. And the ratio of population to prison is 334 members of the public to 1 prisoner. So it's 334 to 1. In the UK, it's 709 to 1. And now let's have a look at the USA. The USA has got a population of 346 million people. Just over 346 million people. And it's got a prison population of 1,230,100 inmates at the last count. Again, that's my research today. And the ratio of population to people in prison is 281 to 1. So 281 American citizens, and one of those will be in prison. So the country that imprisons most of its population in terms of imprisonment to the number of population is the United States of America, the land of the free, the home of the brave and the land of the free. Except not so really, is it? So you're more likely to get yourself in prison in the USA than you are in Russia or in the UK. But I believe there are plans for us to catch up, you know. They're building more prisons, as I say. I got a notification from somebody saying they're going to build another prison near HMP Berwyn, near Wrexham in North Wales. Another one. Look at the success HMP Berwyn's been. And how are they going to get to staff these prisons? The Girl Guides, why not? Or the I don't know, more of the Hostess Brigade. Ridiculous. The way the system's going, it's just going to collapse. It is collapsing. As I said on Radio 4 this morning, there was a judge from the Old Bailey, a retired judge from the Old Bailey, I believe her name was Wendy Joseph or something like that, was saying that the system is in chaos. And as I said at the start, well, that's my little rant for today on Tales from the Jails. Actually getting into prison takes quite a long time now, but once you get in there, it's falling to bits. It's full of rats, cockroaches, filth, disgusting conditions, run by drug-fueled gangs. Yeah, so as I said at the start, I'm going to sing a song today. It was requested by a guy called Johnny Morocco, who seemed to think that I might murder this for him. It's Johnny Cash's song, A Boy Named Sue. Are you sitting comfortably? Well, I'm going to bugger that up for you right away. Here we go. Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to me, just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought it was quite a joke, and he got a lot of laughs from lots of folk. It seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. Roamed from town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill the man who gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July and I just hit town. My throat was dry and I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table dealing stood, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had. I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and grey and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he comes up with a knife, cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. I tell you, I have fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and bit like a crocodile. And I heard him laugh, then I heard him cuss. And he went for his gun, and I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me, and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, well, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name, and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And it's that name that's helped to make you strong. Now, he said you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me, and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue. But what could I do? What could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun and I called him Pa and he called me son, and I came away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, and every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm going to name him Bill, George, Johnny Morocco, any fucking thing but Sue. There you go. A boy named Sue for Johnny Morocco. Hope you enjoyed that. Any of you got requests? Yeah, somebody wanted me to sing Far, Far Away. I think they meant Out the Office from the back of the garden, so they couldn't bloody hear me. Never mind. Tales from the Jails, John G. Sutton. Do like and subscribe. My hair's getting mad, isn't it? I'm starting to look like a crazy old bastard.